So when you think the world changes, it just gets worse. I wake up one morning, and this was a few days ago. This wasn't actually like recent. Okay, I guess a few days recently, but still. I wake up one morning, and immediately I see a bunch of stuff happening. And the world right now is already bad enough as it is. Coronavirus going around, killing. The death tolls at it's actually skyrocketing past 100,000 deaths. People won't stay in their homes because of this, because they're bored out of their minds. They don't know what to do, and the president's not making it any better by lying to us about that. And now we have even more problems with a police officer assaulting a black man, a gentle giant, as he was described, George Floyd, a gentle giant, it was described. Nice job, nice family, and then a police officer comes along and puts his leg on his throat. What kind of technique is that? What did he do? Like, I'm not understanding here exactly what he did. He didn't assault the police officer. He was cooperating, and then he what? Like, I'm not understanding here. Then in Minnesota, it's worse. Like, I'm not. The guy, just putting the guy in prison is not going to make him learn his lesson. What he did was not justified enough. That I don't feel safe right now. Police officers don't make me feel safe anymore like they should be. And what's worse about it is, unlike an actual bodyguard, like let's say our rappers or the president's bodyguards, these guys they just apply for a job because they have special training. They don't actually just because they have special training, they don't actually that doesn't mean that they're fit to be a police officer. Some of these guys are just doing it because they have the authority and they have more power for more people now. But these people, how is a trained officer, or sorry, no, how do you expect an untrained civilian to stay calm when they got a gun pointed at their face? Just because you can expect a trained officer to stay calm in a dire situation. You can't compare the two. That's exactly what happened right there in that situation with the man and the police officer. Now, I can't say anything because it's not my right, but what's the president doing for this besides sending out Secret Service agents because people are rioting and protesting against it? Like, whose side are you on? Are you on our side? It doesn't seem like it. It doesn't seem like it at all. It seems like it doesn't even seem like you're on the countryside either. Matter of fact, it just seems like you're doing what you think you can for that little circle that you sit in. And I see why people say they think you're a mistake for this. What I've noticed about this is where where was he when the riot started, besides on Twitter saying he's going to send out the military to combat these protesters? Where was he when George Floyd, this man, was assaulted? Kicking back at his house in the White House, doing what? In that little circle that he sits around, those people. Just giving this man some sentence in prison, life, death, doesn't matter. It doesn't mean he's going to learn it in the next life. What needs to happen is he needs to rethink everything that's been happening this far. And to be quite frank, nobody mentioned the other police officers that were there. They just stood there. They didn't do anything to help. They just stood there and let the guy shove his knee onto his neck. Like, what went through their minds? What went through your mind when that happened? I'm not understanding at all anymore. I'm just confused at what's going on with the world, what's going on with the president, what's going on with police right now. Like, what? I'm not sure what to think of this. Like, that's dumb. I'm black myself. I'm African American. I have pride in my race. I'm not saying we're above everybody else, but at the same time, I'm not saying that every race is above us either. Like, even us, we deserve equality. It's not fair that we get treated less than other races, like white people per se. just because of our darker skin complexion. How does that make sense? We're all people. Shouldn't that be enough by itself? Like, and a protest, it happens because something wrong is going on, and you sending out you sending out the military or your agents to combat them isn't right. That's you saying you're on the wrong side instead of being on the right side. Right now, you're either with us or you're against us. And right now, you're against us. You're not with us. You're far from with us. Everything you've done up to this point is been either sitting down on Twitter commenting stuff like the rioters are going to be put down, or I don't know. I don't know, man. It's not safe in this world anymore. Our death toll is going to go way past 100,000 as soon as he starts letting every single business open back up like he wants to do, saying that the coronavirus is retreating. No, it's not. It's not. This is circled on him. This is circled on what happened with George Floyd. This is how it's circled around the protests. And nothing's being done about it. He's not doing anything about it because he's on the wrong side. Who's next? Because you don't want to serve justice to an entire operation because of their stupid minds. And I'm sorry to say that. I really am. But what do you want me to say? Like, I should applaud them for doing that? Like, no. That's not right. And me speaking out about this, it's not going to change anything, but at least I'm putting out my opinion. And I'm saying what I think is right. Because I know it's better than what he's doing at this very moment. I'm signing off. Goodbye.